Good morning. Welcome to a life update. Also a Q&A. Also a get ready with me. So I have not, also, hello, welcome to the Daily AMG. So I have been a little MIA, as you may or may not have realized. It's been 8 months since my last upload. And in that time, I guess really the main reason why we're here is that in July, my husband and I joined Weight Watchers. And when I joined Weight Watchers, I knew that I wanted to create a separate Instagram, find community, find women and men who were a support group, an accountability group, and I found the most amazing, wonderful people. And so I posted yesterday on my Instagram if anybody would be interested in a Q&A, and I got so many questions as well as so many responses of yes, but also do your makeup because we want to see you do your makeup, because I'm telling you, these girls are the sweetest, 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 sweetest girls. And so here I am finally doing just that. Also sipping on chai tea. I do 2 tea bags of chai and then some sugar-free vanilla syrup, just like and then the silk almond vanilla creamer. I'm lactose intolerant, so I'm dairy free. So, and I also saw, let me just tell you, that Starbucks has a non-dairy caramel macchiato creamer now, so I have to find that in the stores, like the coffee cream, like the refrigerated coffee creamers. So definitely on my shopping list. Okay, so let's get to the questions. Y'all are so sweet. I'm not going to start in order of when they came in. I'm going to kind of you'll see what I mean. But I got a lot of makeup, lipstick collection, which I can definitely do when we get to the lips. So I'm going to start here. How long have you been on WW? So my husband and I signed up on July 26th and started on July 27th. If July 27th is a Monday, then that date is correct. If not, it was the last Monday in July. So almost 2 months. We're like a week and a half or so shy of 2 months. And he's lost 13, 14 pounds and I've lost 10, 11 pounds. So we're rocking and rolling and we're absolutely loving it. Oh, let me also get to my face instead of just reading you questions. Okay, so oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to remember to tell you what I'm doing. Okay, so e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I love this stuff so much. I'm needing more, but sometimes it's kind of hard to find. Okay, oh, and I need to not use my camera as my mirror, because I just put way too much on. Okay, so let's get that really in there. Also, I guess I should say that I do have on my L'Oreal Revitalift Brightening Sunscreen Moisturizer. I do also self-tan. I use the coffee, the Mind Tan coffee. Sunless tanner, what's it called? Tanning mousse, whatever. Fake tan. And then I did use the AHC. I don't even know where the other thing came from. Under eye cream. See, listen. And sorry, you're in my bathroom and it's just an Amanda situation. It's unorganized and very eccentric, just like your girl. Okay, so let's move on to foundation. I'm going to use the LA Colors Truly Matte. Y'all, I love this stuff so much. Also, I'm going to be using my, I'm trying to like censor that, but then I just like flipped you off. I got this from my beautiful, wonderful friend, Devin. And so yeah, so I'm just going to move my brushes closer to me. Okay, so first question, what is your go-to Starbucks order? My go-to Starbucks order typically, let me find a mirror. Typically is, oh sorry, I just hit you on, a toffee nut latte with soy or almond milk, just like whatever. But I haven't really gotten coffee. This is really crazy. I really haven't done Starbucks a lot since lockdown. Like our Starbucks did not have like the manpower during April, May, I guess, to conduct business. So they just weren't open. And then I went back like when they, not when they very first opened because it was lines for days, but like I would like go in on a weekend or whatever, just like every so often, and they would always get my order wrong. So I did, sorry, I hope y'all can't tell how like just completely disgusting my hair is. But I have gone in there a little bit more recently. The like, yay, they're back has died off. And I did get a couple of times the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cold brew, which is, depending upon what size you get, like 2 or 3 pumps sugar-free vanilla and 2 or 3 pumps sugar-free cinnamon dolce with the cinnamon almond milk foam, maybe like 2 points for a venti even. So that's fantastic. And now I'm going, I don't know why, I'm just mixing foundations with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I freaking love that foundation. Also, both of those foundations are like under $5. The first one, that LA Colors one, is at, well, I found it at Dollar General. I found both of those. I found a lot. I really like Dollar General is like my favorite store. So yeah, I find a lot of stuff at Dollar General, but both of those are under $5 and they're fantastic. They're mostly medium to full coverage with buildability for sure. The only thing is that they don't have great shade range. Horrible shade range, so get to getting y'all. So now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Camo Concealer and conceal, don't feel. Just kidding, let me just sing to y'all. All right, so what else was I saying? Oh, but really my like go-to coffee is a chai tea latte, and I don't get those from Starbucks. I've only had it once at Starbucks and like hated it. I don't know if it just like was not made properly and it just like scared me to like never do that again. But we have a local coffee shop here that has the most incredible chai lattes. And this segues into another question, but are there any items, any items that you no longer track or that you've never tracked? Like any things that you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna track this. Like a lot of people just like don't track their fruit and vegetables because it's 0 and they're just gonna like whatever, it doesn't affect like their numbers. And I'm kind of the same way. Like I track like my daily banana because at this point the great thing about the Weight Watcher app is that if you have breakfast items or any item, really any item that you do a lot of, like I have like the same coffee and a banana every single day, and so it's just like frequent breakfast? Yes. And it's just a 0 point, like they're both 0 points, but I just like the ease of it being there. And you can also create that, like you can create a frequent food and track it that way. I am very much a creature of habit. I eat very habitually, and I pretty much have like the same things, at least for like breakfast, snack, sometimes even lunch. So I'm just gonna set that with this really dirty Wet n Wild contour highlight palette. I don't know why it's called a contour highlight palette, like, or I'm sorry, it's not called that. It's called Mega Glow. Well, it's not glowy at all, like, at all. So items I don't track. I hope this isn't controversial. I'm really bad about tracking anyway. Like, first and foremost, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. This is in number 149 Deep Bronze. And I use this as a, contour. That's the word. It's like, I don't really know. I think this is gonna be a little controversial. But honestly, like, you do whatever works for you, however works for you. I don't listen to criticism. I mean, it's our own separate journeys, right? So anyway, so I don't track avocado. I have a lot of avocado. I love avocado, and I understand that because it is a highly fatty food, that it is several super unnecessary points. And so I just don't track that. I also don't track beverages. I don't track beverages. So if I have a glass of wine, if I have a beer, a bourbon, a coffee, like, I don't track any of that because my kind of, oh, sorry, I'm using the Wet n Wild loose highlighting powder. That's all it says. Loose highlighting powder. I just feel like you get weeklies, and I typically, like, I did have a sinus infection and kind of fell off my working out bandwagon, but for a week and a half really, it kind of went from like a Tuesday to a Friday, like the following Friday, so like almost 2 weeks worth. But then I got right back on it this week. I did like 13 activity points in a day. I mean, I'm not really too worried about it. I'm steadily losing weight, and I'm drinking a ton of water. So I kind of just don't feel like, tracking. I don't feel like tracking a beverage as opposed to your food is detrimental. I just don't. That's just me. Okay. I'm also going to go back into that Glow palette and set that contour since it was liquid. So yeah. Say what you will, I don't. Okay, my gosh, I'm talking too long. This is already at 18 minutes. All right, go to snacks and go to snacks, go-to grocery staples and go-to lunches. So I would definitely say that my go-to snacks are like popcorners or Boom Chicka Pop. Now, if you do the Boom Chicka Pop, if you do the just normal like sea salt popcorn, it is 1 point per 1 cup of popcorn. That's fabulous, like fabulous. If you do their individually bagged kettle corn, it's 5 points a bag. If you do the popcorners, I believe it's 4 points for an ounce. I get the 3 ounce bags and it's 11 points or 12 points. And I've definitely eaten the entire bag. So you just kind of have to say like if I bust out a bag of popcorners and it's a 3 ounce bag that I get from the Dollar Tree, if I eat half the bag at like 11 o'clock pre-lunch snack, and then the rest of the bag at 3:30, you know, that like 7th inning stretch snack at work, I don't feel bad about that because it averages to like what a normal, like if you were to snack here and you were to snack here and blah, blah, blah. Just say don't be so hard on yourself, like stay within your points. There are, so let's go to lunch staples. So lunch, I usually have a Healthy Choice Cafe Steamer or whatever they are. And I usually have either the beef merlot or the beef and broccoli or the chicken teriyaki. One of the ones that is dairy free, and those range from, I think that like chicken and vegetable one is literally a point. Like I think that's a point. So those range from like 1 point to maybe 6 points or whatever. So I get 23 points a day. I know my breakfast is 0. I know that for the majority of the day, if I have a couple cups of popcorn, that's just a couple points. If I have popcorners, then that's a lot of points. So I know that like for dinner, I'm gonna have steamed veggies and salmon and maybe like a Jello pudding cup or a Jello Jello cup, like a strawberry Jello cup, you know, whatever. So you can eat whatever you want. Like don't deprive yourself of any of that. As far as, yeah, lunches, that's pretty much my lunch staple. Or I will go and get a plain grilled chicken sandwich from Brahms. I love their grilled chicken sandwiches, and they are in the app. There's one that's just called like fast food grilled chicken sandwich, and it's like 7 points. I just choose that one. I don't know if that's like a grilled chicken with a mayonnaise or a sauce or whatever, because the Wendy's one is also like 6 or 7 points and it has a sauce on it. I do love that Wendy's one. I think it's expensive for what it is, and it's kind of like out of my way. I mean, I've only been to Wendy's once in my life, and it was to get that sandwich, but I haven't gone back. I mean, the sandwich is great, don't get me wrong. So that's pretty much like my go-to lunches. Again, complete creature of habit. So I am fine with just like 5 microwave meals in a row, and then maybe like on the weekend doing a fast food situation, or doing like wings with a sauce on the side kind of thing, and having like an 8 or 10 point lunch or dinner or whatever. That also segues beautifully into fast food favorites. As far as favorites since doing Weight Watchers, absolutely wings with the sauce on the side. I never realized how much sauce you honestly get. And in fact, TJ and I were talking about that. My husband, we were saying like, okay, we haven't had like pizza or burgers or anything like that since we started Weight Watchers. And the one thing that we have done differently is that we order our wings with sauce on the side because we're huge wing fanatics. And that's helped us to be able to stay on track, stay within our points, but still get what we love. Again, Brahms grilled chicken sandwich, Wendy's grilled chicken sandwich. It really is like fantastic. I just haven't been back. I really don't like go out or anything. If I go out with like girlfriends or something like that, I don't track any of that. Like, I just, again, feel like I have activity points. I have weeklies. I know that I don't eat. My girlfriend says like I eat like a bird. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm not just like smashing down on a bunch of stuff. That's just never really been like, like if I get stressed, I like eat my feelings. So like, I'm not saying that I don't like have, you know, haven't like binged in the past or like whatever, but if I'm going out, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have sushi or whatever. I haven't had sushi. I wish I don't even think our sushi place is open. Anyways, I wouldn't even track that. Like, I would probably look at the app and kind of be like, oh, okay, I won't have that, but I might have that. Like, I would definitely try to like stay within a point range that I was comfortable with. But aside from that, like, I'm not tracking that kind of thing. Also, I forgot to tell you what I was doing. So I did the Wet n Wild blush in Pinch Me Pink, and then the Jordana blush in Hot Raspberry. Like, I do this one because it's more of just like like a light salmon, and I kind of do that like back here. And then this one, since it's more of like a hotter pink, I just do it on the apples of my cheek because that's just what I do. I'm from Texas, so we like blush, so like don't come at me. So yeah, I feel like I'm just like really telling y'all that I just don't follow the rules. Okay, what else? Oh my goodness, my beautiful, wonderful friend Devin, who gave me this fabulous mug, also asked, would you ever do a pantry food tour? No, a pantry/fridge tour. Jaclyn Hill does these on her IG, and it's oddly satisfying. I would have to like deep clean my fridge especially. I'm putting on the MAC. I'm fairly certain this is floof. It has no back. I've probably had this for longer than I should have, but they last forever. But yeah, I'm fairly certain it's floof. That's like my fave. And I just put that every which way. So anyways, I keep losing my voice, y'all. I would definitely have to do like a deep clean, but I'm not opposed to doing some kind of like fridge pantry tour situation. So yeah, maybe in the future when I get my shit together. What is your favorite dinner? My favorite dinner. Like steak. So I'm a ribeye girl, and ribeyes are 18 points. Let me again remind you that I have 23 points in the day. And I've absolutely used all 18 for a steak. Yes, 100%. So basically, let's talk about a day in the life of an 18-point dinner. Okay, so I am gonna go in, sorry, I just got this as a gift, this NYX Ultimate Edit, and I really love this like purple shade. This may be like a complete disaster, but we'll just like we'll see. I don't know how like pigmented they are, but we'll see what happens. So the life of an 18-point dinner. That would start with a, oh, that's pretty. That would start with my 0-point breakfast. So basically, I fast with coffee until about 11. So if I fast with coffee until about 11, the first thing that I do is have a banana and water. I mean, like, I'm having water and coffee during that fasting time, but I try to like fill up on a banana and like really like do a big water intake at that time. And then if I know that I'm gonna do an 18-point dinner, I would then absolutely do a cup of Boom Chicka Pop and a Diet Coke and a packet of tuna. Those tuna packets are godsends to be 0 points. They fill you up so much protein. And then I would have like grilled chicken and vegetables for lunch. And then so I eat lunch about 2 o'clock every day. And so I would do that. And then I would do, again, like a Boom Chicka Pop or a, like 1 cup for 1 point. Or I would do some sort of just like mixed fruit and non-fat Greek yogurt. Plain Greek yogurt is also 0 points. And you can also put in a little bit of sugar-free vanilla coffee syrup and mix that together, and it kind of takes that tang off from the non-fat plain Greek, whatever, you know what I mean. So you could do that. And then, or you could do a tuna packet, or, you know, an apple, some carrots, you know, that kind of thing. And then you can have your 18-point steak with, you know, some steamed vegetables, etc., you know, whatever. I'm just one of those people that's like, I just want a steak. Like, I don't even want a side. Like, I don't even care to have a side. Like, I just want the meat. And so then, okay, I really like this purple. Fabulous. And then I would probably end the day with some sort of fruit situation also. Sorry, I'm gonna be really pretty with like a pink. Oh, so I'm gonna grab this. It's like a random Ellen Tracy palette, which Ellen Tracy like doesn't necessarily do makeup. She does have like fragrance and such, but she is like a clothing designer, but you know how it goes. So I'm just gonna like put that in the corner. I don't know if you can tell on screen, whatever it is. So yeah, that's kind of what like a 18-point dinner situation would look like. And again, like I absolutely would not, I just don't count beverages. So if that's like a ribeye and Pinot situation, which it probably would be, I'm just not even bothered with tracking the 4 points for a glass of wine at that point. Like, you gotta make this work for you, because you have to make it to where you're not falling off of an imaginary bandwagon that you've created. You know what I mean? Like, let's not just like self-sabotage to that extent. Okay, anyway, where was I? Travel, like tips on okay, so I don't know if you saw the other weekend, my husband and I went out of town for a charity golf tournament that his work was doing, and I basically I packed you know, like protein shakes for the morning for a point or two. I don't remember how much those are. I think maybe they're 2 points. And then I packed popcorn and veggie straws, tuna, always tuna, always tuna packets. Now I'm gonna do my brows, and I use this like I think it's Wet n Wild. It like used to have a little thing. It doesn't no more, and it's like really super running out. Also travel. I definitely think you cannot be in the mindset when you travel, oh my golly, that like everything's out to get you. Like you can't think like that. You have to just live your life, and it's all about balance. That's why I love Weight Watchers so much, is that it's truly all about balance. Like you're fine if you, oh, I opened that upside down. This is the Anastasia. I don't know which one. I've heard both. Brow crap, whatever it is. I don't know that it actually does anything. I just got it for free. Brows is not like my makeup, is not like my situation. Like I'm just a girl who just likes to play around with it, and for some reason I get it right every so often, and people ask me what are you wearing or whatever, and that makes me really happy. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Black 24-hour waterproof eyeliner. I got like super heavy handed there. Just to line my waterline. This one you gotta like work fast because it's like there. All right. Those are all the questions. Those are all the questions that I wrote down. I took a screenshot. I took a couple screenshots like late last night of those questions. And then this morning I got on there and it had disappeared. Like my story was gone. So I don't know if I got more after I did that. That makes me sad. Okay, and then I'm going in again with the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. This is the liquid liner. So yeah, so basically just like overall my experience with Weight Watchers has been extremely positive, especially being on Instagram. Like this community is unbelievable. I highly recommend that if you are on some sort of weight loss journey that you find your people. Like follow hashtags, follow influencers to find other people that are following those influencers. You know, if you're doing some sort of like bodybuilding or keto or whatever, there's all kinds of people out there that there's probably some sort of community with people just like cheering each other on. And I honestly don't think I would have stuck with it and would have been as successful as I feel like I have without this community. Like these girls, you girls are amazing. There's no competition. It's just like we all understand that we are all on this, we may be on the same journey, but we're all writing totally different books about it. and everybody embraces your individual ways of doing things, and they embrace just the individuality of each other, and it's just so rewarding in and of itself. It's just so incredible to be a part of this amazing community. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I've never been a part of anything like it, and did I just get like over here gonna get blush on my boob. What was I saying? Anyways, I'm so grateful, thankful, blessed to have found you girls, and you just really make my day. You've made this journey so rewarding just by your friendship. So thank you. Oh, that tea is cold. So now I'm going to go in with the Essence Lash Princess. I do waterproof, FYI. Waterproof everything. Eyeliner, mascara, all that. So yeah, I hope that this was fun for you to basically just hear me say that I don't track anything and I am still doing fine. But honestly, I do need to put like some sort of caveat there. When you first start, like if this prompts you to start, which welcome girl, you need to track every little thing, at least for your first 30 days. That was pretty much like when I hit my month, that's when I stopped tracking as much, because in your head you kind of know like where you're at. And I keep tracking food, but I don't track beverages, like I said. But that's just because whenever I first started, I tracked every little thing, and I kind of know like what keeps me within my weeklies, what keeps me within my activity points. And then if I'm gonna have a treat meal, then I'm gonna literally have a treat meal, and I'm not even gonna pick up my iPhone. Like, I'm not even gonna worry about point systems and where I'm at, because I know that I've prepared throughout the week, you know, done really well throughout the week. One day is not gonna completely sabotage you. Don't get in that mindset. You have to have the balance or you'll drive yourself crazy. If you drive yourself crazy, then you're more likely to not stick with it. And you started this thing for a reason. You started this with some kind of goal in mind. So don't let those inner demons say, oh, wow, you ate a whole pizza. Guess you just have to start at 0 because you suck. Whatever. Like, don't listen to her. Like, kick her to the curb. Like, I just don't even talk to myself like that. So I would definitely say, don't talk to yourself like that. That's not a narrative that you want in your subconscious at all. And so, yeah, like, you do you balance the meals the way that works for you. And if you see that the scale maybe hasn't moved in a couple days or in a couple weigh-ins or whatever, then you can reassess. But I would definitely say when you're starting, track everything, because it will shock you. I was at Dollar General the other day, and I put this on my Insta story, but I had always eaten the like peanut butter Cliff Bars. Like, those were always in my purse. Like, I have really low iron, so sometimes I just like crash, and I always keep something in my purse, like whether it be chicken nuggets or a Cliff Bar or whatever. Like, I always have pretzels, something like in my purse, because I have to have them immediately when that happens. And those Cliff Bars that I used to eat were like 12, 15 points, like something crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I used to just like live on these things. And if that works for you, if that fits into your thing, because you could easily say, well, Amanda, you eat a whole bag of popcorners and it's the same thing. Yes, but Also, popcorners are organic. They only have 4 ingredients, and they're 4 natural ingredients. I don't remember what all the Cliff Bar has in it, but it's that like chewy texture. I don't know if that means it is naturally sourced or whatever. I'm just saying that I definitely used to eat those a lot, and it was really shocking to me what I used to eat. So like, absolutely do your tracking at first, because it will be very eye-opening. Like, oh, okay, so instead of a whole one of these, I need a 1/4 of this, or I need a 1/2 of this, or hey, this was a great low point thing that I didn't even realize I was eating. Yay, it's my favorite snack. Like, that's perfect. Oh my gosh, this video is like 40 something minutes. Let's do a lipstick. This is not all of my lipsticks because I have like so many in purses. But of the ones that I have here, so these Maybelline are my absolute favorite. These are the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Inks. Yeah, let's do this one. It's in number 50, Voyager. Oh wait, let's do this one. Number 115, Founder. I think, I don't know. They're so close. I think I'm gonna do with that one. I do also have it in navy. Oh my god, so pretty. The e.l.f. ones are fantastic. I basically only use liquid lipsticks. Like matte lipsticks, like matte that don't move anywhere. I did just pick up a CoverGirl one. It gets like a 3 out of 10. It just did not work great. It was hard to like get on, and then it kind of came off while I was eating, and then yeah, I don't know. It feathered really easily. Also, the liquid cat suits from Wet n Wild are like top tier, top tier, top tier, because they're under $5 and they're like fabulous formulation. I do wish they had more colors, but what can you do? All right, so let's put on this. Yay. Okay, so this is my face. So thank y'all so much for watching this. If you're still here, wow, you are my people. I love you. Wow. So yeah, so for my bookish people that probably didn't make it this far, because I usually talk about books or clothes or whatever here, I totally was like, surprise, I'm back, but also with Weight Watcher content, which you should also know that there will be far more Weight Watcher content. I mean, this is the Daily AMG. It's just about my life, y'all. So this is my life. And so I am definitely going to do more of this, but also I am about to film a like spooky season book recommendations video. So you'll see this look again in a minute, but I think I'm gonna put on a hat. So yeah, so thank y'all so much. Also, if you are a part of that Weight Watcher community that I love so much, leave me a comment below, and I will be back with another video. Bye y'all.